Imagine a door, crossing which takes you into a world of demons, where the souls of children are kept captive. Now, how will Evelyn save her child from the clutches of this world and that evil door? To see this, make sure to watch the video till the end. So, the story starts with Evelyn and her family, who recently moved to a new town. Evelyn was a carpenter and loved decorating houses, while her husband Red got a job as a supervisor at a construction site. Everything was going perfectly fine, but their son Cain was not able to adjust to this new environment. Nobody liked him at school either. One day, when some boys bullied him, Cain fought back with all of them. Because of this fight, Cain was suspended from school for the next 3 days. Red was very upset with Cain's behavior. When he came home, he saw that his wife Evelyn had invited a man named Uriah to their house, who was also her friend. Uriah could not speak, but he worked as a spiritual medium. This meant he could talk to souls and other invisible powers. Evelyn, who believed in these things, wanted to know through Uriah whether their new house was free from evil spirits or not. But Red was completely tired of all this drama. He got very angry at Evelyn, and because of this, Evelyn had to send Uriah away. Anyway, after some time, we see Red and Evelyn sitting next to Cain to talk to him. They ask him, "What's the matter, son?" Then, Cain tells them while crying that all the kids at school bully him and nobody likes him. As a punishment for his behavior, they forbid Cain from playing video games. However, since they also knew that Cain was going through a lot of trouble and it was not entirely his fault, they plan a trip for the next day to cheer him up. Cain was so excited for this trip that he woke up even before Evelyn and Red in the morning, and went to wake up his parents himself. After preparing for the picnic, they reached the forest. There, Cain is playing with different things while Evelyn and Red are talking to each other. Evelyn says, "I don't feel good about this. I don't think Cain will ever be able to adjust here." At this, Red tells her to stay strong and explains that everything will become normal slowly with time. Right here, Red also gives Evelyn a surprise. He knew how much Evelyn loved crafting, so he had created an online store for her where she could sell her handmade items. Knowing this, Evelyn becomes extremely happy. These people get so lost in talking to each other that they don't even realize where their son Cain has gone. After a long time, when they realize this, they start searching for their son in the forest. Just then, they see that their son is standing in front of a mysterious door in the middle of the forest. This door was very strange for them too, because they had never seen a door like this before. On the other side of this door, there was neither a house nor a room, and this door was tied with a thick chain. By the look of it, it looked very old and made of very thick wood. Red ignores it, but Evelyn says that we need a door for a room in our house and its condition is still very good. I can renovate it and use it in our home. So, at Evelyn's request, Red loads it into the car and brings that door home. For the next 3 days, Evelyn works day and night to repair that door so that it starts looking brand new. She removes its old hooks and clips and puts on new ones. After repairing the door properly, she paints it, which makes it shine completely. Now, since one room in their house did not have a door, Red and Evelyn worked together to fit that door outside that room. Anyway, now the next day comes and strange events start happening with them, which gives a clear hint that it is no ordinary door. But Evelyn and Red do not pay much attention to it. On the very first day, when Evelyn opens the door to get some things from that room, she gets a horrible smell of something rotting from behind the door. But she ignores it, thinking that maybe someone has left their dirty shoes there. Now, the day passes, and the next day, when Evelyn comes out after grocery shopping and takes out her keys from her pocket, a lot of insects come onto her hand along with the keys. She gets terrified seeing this, because having such strange insects in the pocket was not normal at all. She immediately takes off her jacket and looks inside to see where the insects came from, but her jacket was completely clean. At night, she talks to Red about this. Then Red says, "Don't think too much. Who knows, maybe your son played a prank on you and put the insects in your pocket with the keys. You just sleep peacefully, I will talk to Cain." After this, Evelyn also goes to sleep with a calm mind. But at midnight, when she is going towards the kitchen to drink water, she sees a scary shadow on the way. She screams in fear, and as soon as she turns on the light, she sees that her son Cain was standing there. She asks fearfully, "Why haven't you slept yet?" Then Cain says, "I am feeling very scared. I am having very scary nightmares, like some monster is chasing me." Evelyn and Red take him to his room and explain to him, "Look son, there is no such thing as monsters in this world, all this happens only in books." After convincing Cain a lot, when Evelyn starts walking out of his room, right then we see a black hand coming out from inside that same red door behind her, which Evelyn does not notice. Now, as the next day begins, there is a knock on their house door. Evelyn sees that Uriah has come there, who is very scared. Since he could not speak, he tries to explain to Evelyn through signs that their house has now become very dangerous. He was feeling that some extremely dangerous spirits had entered the house and this house was no longer pure. He says that either some black magic has been done here or some evil power from another world has actually come here. He talks about starting a ritual to drive that evil away from the house, for which Evelyn also agrees. Uriah makes a circle of salt all around the house, lights many candles, and asks Evelyn about that new door. Evelyn tells him that they brought it from the forest, from which Uriah understands that this door is the root of all trouble. When he sprinkles holy water on that door, the lights of the house flicker and go off. They understand from this sign that whatever is going wrong, it is happening because of this door. Uriah tells them to throw this door out of the house as soon as possible. Now at night when Red comes home, Evelyn tells him everything. Red says, "I don't believe in all this, but if you say so, I will remove this door." We see that the next day, Evelyn goes to the nearby library and searches through the old records to see if there is any famous story about someone disappearing, a monster being seen, or a mysterious forest door in this area. The librarian there tells her that there is nothing like that, but yes, there are stories about a well in the forest being cursed. And yes, 20 years ago, many children disappeared from this town in a very strange way, and they have never been found till date. Evelyn returns home with copies of those old newspapers and is extremely shocked. Coming home, she tries to tell all this to Red at night, but Red laughs it off and says, "You have started believing too much in ghost stories, and because of spending time with Uriah, all this has got stuck in your head." Now Evelyn listens to him and goes to sleep, but when they wake up in the morning, both of them are completely shocked. Because the door they had painted just a few days ago, all its paint had peeled off and fallen to the ground. It was impossible for this to happen, and that door had come back to its same old, rotten condition. Evelyn comforts herself, saying that maybe she had bought poor quality or expired paint, which is why it happened. Anyway, after dropping Kane off at school, Red goes to his work, and Evelyn gets busy with household chores. Meanwhile, we feel a presence in the house. It was a girl who looked exactly like a ghost. She walks all around the house, but Evelyn is unable to see her. In the end, that ghostly girl goes back inside that same door. Evelyn hears the sound of the door closing, but by the time she reaches that door, no one is there. Meanwhile, Evelyn gets a call again from Kane's school. When Evelyn goes there, she finds out that Kane has been suspended from school once again for 3 days because he had brutally beaten up the kids again. She understands that something is going very wrong with Kane. It crosses her mind whether the connection to Kane's changing behavior is with that door. Just then, she remembers Red's words, who had asked her to stop thinking about these ghostly things, so she does not think too much about it. Coming home, she tells Red that Kane is showing no signs of improvement. That is why they decide that to teach Kane discipline, Red will take him along to the construction site for a few days. Now we see that Evelyn gets some more prints of old newspapers from the library. In this newspaper, there was news about the disappearance of a girl whose mother still lived in this very town. Reading this, she decides that she will go to that girl's mother to inquire about what had actually happened to her daughter. Without wasting any time, she reaches the house of that girl, Maggie's mother. That old woman was very scared and did not even open the door fully for Evelyn. When Evelyn took Maggie's name, that woman got even more terrified. Evelyn told her, "I have found a very old door in the forest and I need to know something about it." Hearing this, that old woman went crazy with anger. Since Evelyn knew nothing, that old woman called her inside the house and started telling the 20-year-old story. She told, "My daughter had started liking an old, abandoned house in the forest a lot. She used to go near that haunted house every day. Even though I stopped her a lot, one day, just like the other children, my daughter Maggie also disappeared." Maggie's mother understood that the house was cursed, so she set that entire house on fire out of anger. But the shocking thing was that the whole house burnt to ashes, but that door did not budge at all and did not burn. Seeing this, she understood that this door was no ordinary door, but a pathway to hell or some other world, where the souls of innocent children are kept captive. That is why she had tied that door with heavy chains and left it in the middle of the forest, so that no other child would fall victim to it. After that day, the disappearance of children had stopped. But now, since Evelyn had brought that door back into this town, it meant history was about to repeat itself. Evelyn is just listening to this when she receives a message from her husband Red, who tells her that he has left Kane alone at home. Hearing this, Evelyn panics completely and rushes towards the house because she knew her son was now in danger. When she reaches home, exactly what she feared happens. Kane was nowhere in the house. She immediately informs Red, and both of them start searching for their son together. Even after searching the entire town, when no clue of Kane is found, Red files a report with the police. The search begins everywhere. Just then, Kane's toy car falls out from inside that same door of the house, which clearly meant that Kane had gone inside that door. Red was looking for Kane with the police, but Evelyn had understood that no one had kidnapped him, but rather he was trapped in the world behind that door. She remembers that Cain had told her many times that strange monsters scare him in his dreams. Evelyn was feeling a lot of regret for not understanding her son's fear, which had swallowed him up today. She knew that the police could do nothing in this case, and only Uriah could help them. So, she calls Uriah to the house. As soon as Uriah arrives, Evelyn tells him everything about how Cain was having nightmares about monsters and what Maggie's mother had told her about the secret of the door. After hearing everything, Uriah confirms that the door is no ordinary door but a portal to a demonic world, which is ruled by a dreaded demon. Uriah says that if Cain has gone inside it, there must be some way to come back too. He advises both of them that first of all, they must put this door back in the exact same place from where they had brought it, so that by going there, they can contact that spiritual world through their ritual. Red and Evelyn listen to him, rip out the door, and take it back to that same place in the forest. They light candles there and prepare for the ritual, and Uriah starts drawing some strange symbols on the ground. As this ritual goes on, the environment there becomes extremely scary. Darkness spreads all around. One by one, all the candles go out, and even their last lantern goes out. This was the exact moment when the terrifying demon living behind that door makes its entry. At this time, they could not see that demon, but Uriah was talking to him because only Uriah could see him. All the lights there go out again, and Uriah sees the souls of all those children who had disappeared behind this door over time. Now, these three cross that door and step inside that dark and demonic world. That place was not just dark, but horror was spread all around there. The demon says that he has kept the souls of many children captive here, who are his food and give him power. The demon further says, I only bring the souls of children here who are scared, because fear is my biggest strength. Hearing this, Evelyn tells Uriah, you tell this demon to leave my son and capture me here instead. Hearing this, the demon laughs out loud and says, no such deal works here. The souls of adults are of no use to me, only fear rules here, and whoever has fear inside them can stay here. But Evelyn was now stubborn, she wanted her son back at any cost. Then the demon asks her, to get your son back, how far can you go? Evelyn says, I am ready to do anything. As soon as she says anything, the demon places a contract before them and says, in exchange for your son's life, you will have to fit this door at a place from where I can haunt the soul of one child every day. Blind with love for her son, the selfish Evelyn accepts this horrific condition and signs that document. As soon as she signs, the door behind them opens again, and a scared, sick, and extremely weak Cain comes out of it. Seeing him, Evelyn's happiness knows no bounds. Finally, these people return back to their real world. On the outside, everything looked perfectly fine, but Uriah tells them that the trouble is not over yet. Because of the contract they have signed, both of their souls have now become the property of that demon. After death, their souls will not go to God, but straight into that demon's hell. And first of all, they will have to fulfill the promise made to the demon. They will have to fix the door at a place from where the demon can keep getting the fear and souls of children, otherwise the demon will destroy their lives. Also, they will have to complete this work and leave this town immediately. The next morning, we see Evelyn packing her things and leaving that town forever with Cain. But Red stays behind because he had to fulfill his last promise to the demon. He prepares the door again, paints it to look brand new, and takes it to fit inside a school where the demon could easily get children and their fear. Red was feeling very bad doing this, but he was helpless. And with this, a new story of cruelty on innocent children was about to begin, where children will disappear but their parents will never be able to find them. With this terrifying truth, this story ends. I hope you liked this video.